And these 3 tilling tips, you till the soil this way, and then you sprinkle in this fertilizer, and then you water it this much. And if you use these seeds, your carrots will double in size. Okay, you see how it wasn't just, hey, here are my carrot seeds, go buy them. All right? There was a hook with a problem. There's a solution, and there's tips in between that isn't just use my product, use my product, use my product. Okay? It's, hey, maybe till like this, maybe water like this, maybe fertilize like this. It's layers where someone watches that, and even if they don't buy your product, their life is still better. That's all you want to do, is you just want to make someone's life better. All right? And then eventually they might buy your product. And even if they don't, you shouldn't be so concerned about it. So let's recap real quick. If you want to monetize your content, you need to understand the ebb and flow between virality and conversions. Okay? So many of you have messaged me. How do I monetize? How do I monetize? How do I grow my brand? And your content is going in the wrong direction. If your goal, this is only if your goal is money. If your goal is fame and growth, keep going. Just do more of it. Okay? It's just going to be really hard to make a living off brand deals and ad revenue. You'll get to 10K, you might get to 15K. It's going to be hard to push further than that. Now, if you have a service or a product, specifically a service, the best part is a service where you sell your expertise to other businesses at a premium. Back to the AI automations for accounting firms. Are you kidding me? You could sell that for 10 grand. You find 5 accounting firms in the whole entire United States. Find 10 and you're a millionaire. Find 8 and you're a millionaire. In a year. Okay? So you got to understand the difference between virality and conversions. Then number 2 is you need to understand how to ebb and flow, push and pull between top of funnel, middle of funnel, bottom of funnel. Okay, it should be about a 4-to-1 ratio. 4 top of funnel for reach. Sometimes not always, actually. This is for the average person with a smaller following. If you have a bigger following, you might want to go like 2 top of funnel, 4 middle of funnel, 1 bottom of funnel. You just ebb and flow. It just depends. If you're trying to make more money, then do more bottom of funnel. If you're trying to get more views, then you go more top of funnel, and then just always use middle of funnel as your basis. And then ask yourself those 3 questions. Can anyone watch this for top of funnel? If they applied this, would their life be better for middle of funnel? And did I position my product as the solution to their problem while still adding value? That's the bottom of funnel. Counter positioning is the fastest way to break into the top 1% of your niche. I think people think that counter positioning is enemy marketing, and those are 2 different things. So first, I'm going to explain enemy marketing. Then I'm going to explain counter positioning. I'm going to explain how you can use it in 3 different categories. Enemy marketing is whenever you pick someone or something and you hate it. You talk about how it sucks, how it's the worst. These people are losers. This is why they're wrong. That is not necessarily advice that I would give often. Counter positioning, I want you to think of it as a pie. If this is all of the views of the fitness niche, okay, let's say there's 10 million views every hour of the fitness niche, okay? Chris Bumstead's going to have his little piece, Alex Eubank's going to have his little piece, and they're all kind of overlapping based off of the type of people inside of that pie, okay? The goth fitness people are going to have a certain part of the pie. The female fitness people, girls, are going to have a certain part of the pie. The skinny guys trying to gain weight are going to be a certain portion of this pie. The fat people trying to lose weight are going to be a certain part of the pie. You want to find the part of the pie that less people are making content about, but it relates to you. That's really important. You don't want to just be oh, nobody's talking about skinny people gaining weight. Bad example, but you get what I'm saying. And be oh, I'm actually overweight, and my story was overweight, and then I lost weight. That doesn't apply for you. So that is counter positioning. You think of all of the top 10, 15, 20 people in your niche. You think of all of the content you're seeing in your niche. What are the main themes you keep seeing? And what is a piece of the pie that's missing? And how do you know what piece of the pie is missing? Just literally think about your high school cafeteria. There's these different pockets. There are pockets of those people in every niche. Okay? Fitness niche has the jocks, the music people, the nerds that want the science. There's the goth people who want a little bit more of the hardcore. It's literally everywhere. Okay? So just think about just human psychology, not necessarily like, oh, this big person in my niche is doing this, therefore I need to do it. You will get eaten alive. Okay. I hope that makes sense of how to counter position. I'll give you a quick example of how I've counter positioned. Is number one, my format is literally just me talking in front of the camera. In my niche, there's a lot of green screen edits where they cover brands. There's a lot of fake podcast edits. There's a lot of people talking about how much money they made, and I tried that angle for a little bit, but they like usually flex it. They're like, I just bought this new Porsche. I got this Van Cleef bracelet. I'm so sick. Look at me. And I still drive a 2005 Lexus. I don't even know what that is on my window. Look at my ceiling. I have a Love Island calendar right there. We don't have to talk about it. Let's keep moving. What else have I done? And I went really hyper educational, which I don't know if many people were quite doing it to this extent on TikTok. Some of that was on accident, some of it was on purpose. But I was having a conversation with a fitness guy, and this brings me to my first layer, or my first layer that you can counter position on, and it's TAM level. Okay, you guys have heard me talk about TAM all the time. The next one is going to be your brand pillars or association, and then the last one is going to be format. Your TAM level. Talking to this guy in the fitness niche, he's really big already. He's in striking distance to be one of the top 20. Okay, maybe you might actually already be in the top 20. Everyone in the fitness niche makes content for a massive TAM. TAM means total addressable market, which means how many people would watch this video. If I say, hey ladies, that's 50% of the world. If I say, hey dudes, that's 50% of the world. So that's how my TAM can be divided. These fitness people make these videos that say how to get bigger muscles in 30 days. It's a really basic thing. That's a huge TAM. Anybody interested in muscle building can watch that. What happens is all these fitness guys and girls are hitting this really large niche. And there's an opportunity for someone to come in and undercut and actually get hyper specific and counter position against that TAM expansion and win over the more micro niche pockets. So I told this guy, hey, what if you made a video saying how to get better forearm strength so you can get more choke out, so you get more taps, submissions, and jiu-jitsu. Okay, that's actually really specific.